You didn't see that coming?
It's interesting because, yes, there are photos always leak, and then there's lots of conjecture about what those photos mean. Certainly there is a very 5-minute sequence in Civil War around a piece of technology that was laid in for a very specific reason. So if you go back and look at that film, you may get a hint as to a direction.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. I've been getting a lot of requests for a Quicksiver video because we've been seeing so much stuff happen in the past specific to Avengers 4. People are just wondering if they're going to bring Quicksiver back for that movie, and it was reported that he was seen on the set of Avengers 4 out in Atlanta. So if you're finding me for the first time, I am doing a giveaway for the Avengers Infinity War DVD. All you have to do to enter that is be a subscriber and leave a comment on the video. The intro that I cut into this probably gives you an idea for the direction that I'm thinking based on what the Russos have said about the pictures in their classic Avengers costumes that leaked a while ago. He's like, you know, there's a very special scene during Civil War that might give you an idea of what's going on there. I've already done a bunch of videos about that. The Russos also separately, when asked about their ideas on time travel, how do you feel about time travel movies? They're like, well, you know, we like those movies when they're done well. And that's about all they said, tongue-in-cheek, just trying to give the biggest non-answer that they could because they don't want to give any spoilers away. But if it wasn't obvious, that device that they're talking about, the BARFing that Iron Man introduces during Civil War, that's what they're talking about for these Avengers pictures.
Binarily augmented retroframing, or BARF. God, I gotta work on that acronym. An extremely costly method of hijacking the hippocampus to clear traumatic memories. It doesn't change the fact that they never made it to the airport or all the things I did to avoid processing my grief.
Which is also what I think is going on with all this Quicksiver talk, because Aaron Taylor Johnson, the actor that plays Quicksiver, was seen on the set of Avengers when they were filming these types of scenes, when Thor had his long blonde hair from the first two Avengers films. So using Point Break Thor as a bit of a marker for the stuff that they were probably working on around that time, in the fact that Frank Grillo's Crossbones character was also seen on that same set. It just sounds like they're going to be spending a lot of time looking at their memories, revisiting their old major battles. So what does that all have in common, and why would they need to go back and look at what's happening during the events of the first Avengers film, the second Avengers film? Well, the big thing is that they all involved Infinity Stones. And even though these scenes imply they're just looking into the past through their memories, that doesn't mean they won't actually physically time travel into the past. That's still wide open for theory crafting. I don't want to speculate too much about that yet without more information. But there are actually a couple important reasons for why they would go back and visit these moments. You know, one, to learn about what was going on in the original Avengers movie. You have the Mind Stone and you have the Space Stone at the same time, so they can learn more about what was going on then. Then you also have the Mind Stone again when they were creating Vision during Age of Ultron. The other really big reason why they would want to go back and revisit these is as a way to memorialize this era of Marvel movies. Like, they've had all that 10-year Marvel anniversary stuff they released before Infinity War. Think about how far we've come. Back when we did Iron Man 1, we never thought this would happen, but we're so happy that it did. So you have everybody, you know, patting themselves on the back, high-fiving each other for how awesome it is, but they need some way to memorialize that on film. So what better way to look at the past than to literally have them look at the past in the movie and make that a big part of the plot? So that way you can have these funny moments with Cap in his classic costume, you can have Ant-Man standing there next to them, and you don't have to bring everybody back right away. So a lot of this looks like it's happening as they're trying to plan for how to bring everyone back. Because for the most part, they've said that the people that didn't get really big parts during Infinity War, like Captain America, he was in there, but he didn't have a whole lot to do compared to some of the other characters. They'd be much bigger during Avengers 4, so I don't think that they're going to rush to bring all those people that were turned to ash right back. They're going to spend most of the movie trying to figure that out. Then later during the big third act climax, some Avenger makes the big sacrifice to wield the Infinity Stones again, brings everyone back. Then at the end, Sebastian Stan actually said that there was a scene where like all these characters were on screen together. He said Michelle Pfeiffer's Janet Van Dyne was there, Michael Douglas's Ant-Man was there. So it just sounds like everybody comes back by the very end of Avengers 4. They have a really big group shot moment that's either celebratory or a memorial service because someone has sacrificed themselves and died so that everyone else could live. But just remember that a lot of the stuff that you've seen from behind the scenes so far, this BARFing stuff, looks like it happens relatively early in the film, and then they enact their plan. Like they look back, get the evidence that they need, form some conclusions, then start going after the gems. Now that's really where we get into pure speculation territory, because people have been wondering if they actually jumped back into the past to grab the gems before Thanos got them, and through that they revisit old moments in the history of the MCU. So they're like, hey, remember that really awesome time that we had during those first couple of Thor films? Well, we're just going to go back in time and yoink the Aether from before any of that happened so we can avoid it falling into the collector's hands so that Thanos never gets it. Without going too deep into that, one of the big reasons for them to keep Ant-Man around, especially during these scenes, is because of the quantum realm and what they find out about it during Ant-Man and the Wasp. Mostly that it's an alternate way of time traveling, and the idea that Ant-Man could also probably go into the Soul Gem, meaning that he could enter the Soul World physically that way. Although the way they do that in the comics is a little bit different. If you're a big comic book reader, the Infinity Gauntlet actually addresses that directly, where you have Adam Warlock that's trapped inside the Soul Gem. Doctor Strange speaks to him on the astral plane, so you have two very powerful Marvel characters communicating with each other on different planes of existence. So there are ways that they could accomplish that with the characters that they have now. Captain Marvel is kind of a rogue. Right now, Wong could probably communicate with Doctor Strange while he's inside the Soul World. But like I said in other videos, there's the story of the people that are left alive, and that's mostly what we've been talking about thus far, and all the behind the scenes we've seen. But then there's also the people that have died and are now stuck inside the Soul Gem. So I would be blown away if we do not see any Black Panther or any Doctor Strange in the next movie. It's just Black Panther is too big of a character to completely leave him out from 90% of the movie till everybody comes back at the end, or to leave someone as powerful and knowledgeable as Doctor Strange out. You just have to remember what Iron Man's arc is across all these movies. Like, he's sort of on this parallel with Thanos. So when you're thinking about the character that's going to bring them together and keep them moving down this path to fixing everything, it's really going to be Iron Man. But then I think that's also going to rope in Captain America's arc, because they have to resolve the conflict with those two characters, and usually Captain America is the person to give you that call to action. Iron Man is the problem solver. But let me know in the comments, what do you think that they're going to learn when they revisit these memories from the first and the second Avengers movies? It's not really a big issue right now, but can you not wait to see how they explain the other Quicksilver from the X-Men universe if that Fox Disney deal goes through? I'll do an update if there's any really big news about that, but leave all your bonus video requests in the comments below, and I'll name a new giveaway winner when I post new Marvel. But click here for brand new Infinity War, and click here for all my solo Easter eggs. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.